Okay, we live now. Testing, one, two, testing.
Waiting for it to come through. Testing.
One, two, testing.
You want to start? That breeze hitting hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounds like we'll start up. All right, buddy. We should be good.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead, guys up.
Testing. All right.
And in the video, it's the audio. Yeah. Is that the birds in the background?
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all the Akimo that is doing the work with sincerity and charity, with humiliation all across the four winds. The UI salute. All right. Today we got a good lesson lineup. Lord willing to be edifying and to serve His purpose. You know, we almost out of here. We just got to continue to pour more into the Spirit. Stay focused on the Lord. Watch as well as pray. Keep your eyes on the prophecies. All right. Yeah, man. The Lord put the brother's spirit to go into this beautiful lesson. You know, turn it over to the brother.
God. Yeah, man. Hey, to water y'all, Bashem Yahushai, for bringing us out here again. All right, once more, to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. Okay. For Esau is the end of the world. Esau being the so-called white man. Okay, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, Jacob being the 12th tribe of the nation of Israel, which are scattered out throughout the four winds. Okay, which also consists of you Native American, Indians, Latinos, and Negroes. Okay, so yeah, man. Most I put in my spirit to bring out this article. Okay, to go through this. Okay, to bring out some clarification unto you who may be watching, and even us Akim. Okay. All right. So this lesson is entitled, okay, the WHO was the fulcrum for NWO, okay, which is New World Order and the Great Reset. Okay. So before we get into this, we can just go look up this word fulcrum. Okay. But I got it. So bring out the word fulcrum. Okay.
All right, the word fulcrum. A fulcrum is the supporting point of a lever. The first fulcrum you encountered was probably on the playground, right underneath the seesaw. Back in the 17th century, a fulcrum referred to any general prop or support. Today, it's taken on more scientific connotations thanks to physics class.
Done. All right, so we see a fulcrum, all right, basically supports the seesaw. Okay, you know when you're young, you would go out in the park and you would go on the seesaw. Well, the board that is rocking on that middle support, that is the fulcrum. Okay, so you have the WHO, okay, or the WHO, World Health Organization, all right, is being basically used, all right, for the Great Reset and the New World Order. Okay, they basically backing or piggybacking of the WHO. Okay, using the WHO to carry out a certain mission or task. Okay, they riding on the WHO then, you would say. Okay, just as a seesaw going back and forward. Okay, and using the support. Okay, to go back and forward. That's what the New World Order and the Great Reset is doing.
The one that controls the balances.
Right.
And the scriptures say, a false balance is an abomination to Yahweh.
God. Okay. So we are going to get into this article to show you that who is just that. Okay, doing what he's supposed to do. The World Health Organization. All right. So let's get into the article, brother. You can read off that headlines.
It says here. Why did I do that? It says the World Health Organization's pandemic agreement just a ploy to control every aspect of any scamdemic they declare at any time and indefinitely.
Done. And indefinitely. Okay, now many people, a lot of our people, they don't go into these words. So we can just go into that word indefinitely.
The word indefinitely means for an unlimited or unspecified period of time.
Done. So they are saying at any time they can announce a scandemic, okay, to have total control, that's what it's all about anyhow.
God.
Okay, but they want to have it forever. All right, we know how these devils go. Okay, they already run a test run of the pandemic a few years back. All right, so they could say at any time the do another one where they could have even more control. All right, but we know that would not work. Okay. All right. The scripture tell you by Esau used the end of the world. All right, so you can never have control forever. All right. So let's get that precept, brother. We can come back to that article. Second, just 6 and 9.
Scripture say the inward thought is that their house will continue forever.
God.
What they ain't know is that he have an end.
That's it.
I'll be right there at the end.
The second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed it.
Done. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. All right, brother, Yashawamba, you could read some of those tags with underneath that headline.
God.
This is also to show you this devil got to go.
Some of the tags are bad health.
Bad health.
Bad medicine.
Bad medicine. These are equated with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who you put your trust in.
Big government. Conspiracy. C19 scam.
C19 scam. And we know that's the biggest scam. You know?
Deception.
Deception.
Enslaved.
All right. Deception, which goes back to the what? Devil. And who does devil enslave?
The lock here, right? Even on the one of the many bad health things, what he pushed in the earth is that right now, I read an article a couple of days ago how with those poison shot, the babies now being infected with AIDS. Being infected with AIDS. How long will you mad them mischief against a man?
God. All right.
And like that going into, indefinitely, they declare anytime indefinitely, at any given time, at any given point, they could put a scandemic, as the title says, on you for as long as they want, as short as they want, whatever decrees they want, unrighteous decrees.
Right.
the pandemic treaty.
Yep, yeah. That's one of the tags they think do on that.
Yeah. It says here, NWO, or New World Order.
New World Order.
Medical tyranny. Medical tyranny is they forcing you to input these things into your body that your body don't need.
Right.
You know, and Salakia, if I could just touch a little bit on that, simple as it had our brother, they mentioned the babies, right? They push in, you know, these shots on babies, and if you decline or you tell them but you ain't into that, they try to ruffle your feathers. But when you know what's going on, it ain't gonna take no effect. Well, not only when you know what's going on, when you protected by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you can't do nothing about it.
Right.
You see?
And to mention too on this medical tyranny, okay, you need a certain they can come up with as you know with that CF, okay, you can need that, okay, to go to the doctor.
Revelation 18 to 16.
Exactly. All right. So without that, okay, you can't see the doctor. And right now, you go in Babylon to see the doctor, you gotta have insurance.
Health freedom is under the tags too.
You see?
You know, freedom of health.
And you know freedom of health.
Tags insanity, pandemic treaty, scamdemic.
God. You see? So all of these things that I just read off, these tags, these is equated with Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, the devil the Bible speaks of. Okay, but he can talk, but we is what the word I can't really pronounce that properly.
Conspiracy
theorists. All right, and that's what they call us. All right, but they are the devil.
But every conspiracy we so-called theorize on was true.
Man, exactly. That's it. All right.
We read on.
Go to the first paragraph.
All right. Let me read the title one more time.
Yeah.
WHO's pandemic agreement just a ploy to control every aspect of any scandemic they declare at any time and indefinitely.
Done. You see that? At any time they could, like the said a little earlier, they could bring off unrighteous decree at any time for how long, whatever they wanted. All right, but this time they want to have total control, absolutely, forever, and we know that can't happen.
Salakia, must see a couple of weeks ago, Singapore passed a law on their citizens that, in reference, because Bill Gates just gone over there, you know what I mean, and what happened is they implement this law that if it was a threat, any disease or to the public, they could force these jobs on you, and if you don't comply, you can get jailed.
Or kill you.
You're $15,000. I think it was like $15,000 in Singapore currency.
Right?
You're quarantined.
That's it.
That's something the devil will do.
That's it.
And that's it.
You don't comply, you can get locked up. You get fined.
They implement these and enforcing it with the poison with the vaccine.
And the thing about that, who determines, you know, if that sickness is worthy of that?
That's it.
Them. There's the fulcrum for it. There's the deciding factor.
Exactly.
Esau personifies evil on the planet Earth, boy.
Right. You see, so they're using World Health Organization to say, look, should this person live or should this person die?
It sounds like Rome all over again inside them Colosseums.
Yeah. You see? All right, brother.
This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Okay, power was given to him to take peace from the earth. Okay, and he was given to him a great sword. This is not we talk about. I know we know the literal sword, okay, or sword, all right. But we talk about any kind of device, all right. This man has, okay, in his arsenal, okay, to kill, all right, be it vaccine or whatever, or a needle. Okay.
All right.
Ready for the article?
Gone.
It says here in the article, they had it for a little while, meaning world control, complete control. The New World Order, I can say as WHO now, run by the globalists and their right arm, Big Pharma had complete control of nearly every human on planet Earth during the beginning of the C19 pandemic. It worked. The mass propaganda campaign of fear caused mass panic and everyone lost their minds, bowing down to the nonsensical protocol of lockdowns, masks, social distancing, antibacterial lathering for B, Vanessa, and mass death job indoctrination.
Gone. All right. You see that?
And the world fool.
They have the world going their way. Okay. And they saying what everybody freaking out. Okay. Well, everybody wasn't freaking out. Okay. A lot of them, they lost their minds, yes. But except us, the hopefully left. Okay, who here and all around the four winds. Okay, all around the world, who serving Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai in spirit and truth. We didn't lose our minds.
The smart ones.
You're right. The smart ones, exactly.
Pure bloods.
Okay, the pure bloods. Okay, now I ain't talking about Rese type on Thingam neither.
Lady.
You know, because he's still a vampire. You know, we don't drink blood. He need blood in order to live.
Yeah.
You say, but we are protected by the blood of Mashiach Yahushai. Okay. So speaking on we are protected. Okay, we can get Sirach 34:14-16 because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is our hope and our protector. Okay, so we wasn't freaking out. We wasn't scared. We wasn't. All right. We this is something what we're looking forward to. Okay, and this is something we've been preaching and teaching and giving warning to our people about. Okay, and this is prophecies what we've been pushing. All right, so we wasn't scared, we wasn't freaking out. Okay, we knew that these things was gonna happen.
Yeah, stable.
Right.
All right, this is Sirach chapter 34, verse 14. It says, "Whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom doth he look, and who is his strength. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong state, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and a help from falling."
Done. All right. So he kept us from stumbling, from falling. Okay, from Esau's schemes, from the so-called white man, the devil, from his schemes. Okay, from his science. Okay. That's what the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai kept us from. Okay, because he is our hope. All right, we trust in him. You see who their arms are? Big Pharma. Their right arms. Okay, these devil, and this is what our people trusted in. Okay. All right, let's get that Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 15 and 16. All right.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 15. "But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom, a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand he shall cover them, and with his arm he shall protect them."
God, you see that? And with his arm he shall protect them. Okay, we believe that we are the true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, we live our life every day striving for perfection. Okay, We as righteous men. Okay, the law protect the righteous. All right. But those that took the death juice, okay, they trusted in Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They trusted in the devil. Okay, trusted in his right arm, big pharma. Okay, his sciences or his science. That's what they trusted in.
And also those who were obedient to his word.
And that's a curse to trust in them. Because you damn trusting in man.
Got a precept up.
God.
This Baruch chapter 4, I can read verse 4 first. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known unto us. So when you jump on to verse 1, this is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. And because they trusted not in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they were ushered and led into a death job.
God.
You see? But those who trusted in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, doing their best ability to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, they attain into life.
Right? And that's the thing what they cast behind their back. They choose death rather than life. All right. But the Lord told you already, man, like as I quoted a little earlier, curse is the man that trusted in man. Okay, we better get that precept, Jeremiah 17:5. Okay. Oppression. Right.
Oppression make it a wise man mad.
Okay, when you look up a word in that same precept.
Jeremiah 17:5.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the power. Cursed be the man that trusted in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the power.
Done. All right, cursed be the man that trusted in man and make his arm. Okay, read that again.
Make it flesh his arm.
Thus saith the power. Cursed be the man that trusted in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the power.
Done. Make it flesh his arm. All right, that's them trusting in Esau, trusting in the devil. Okay, trusting in his ways, his science, his fooleries. Okay.
Make it man his arm.
All right. So we can look up the word curse, brother.
The word cursed.
Yeah.
Says here, arar, meaning the cursed. Cursed be he. It says, lay under a curse, to put a curse on, to be made a curse, to be cursed. The Strong's is to execrate or
God.
bitterly curse.
God, execrate, right? Now, I know about to send you that word, execrate.
It says, feel or express great loathing for. It means and some of the synonyms are to revile, to denounce, to condemn, to detest, to hate, to abhor, abominate, to despise.
To despise. God, right? And despise means what? To reject. You see? So the Lord said, curse is the man. You see, curse or lead to what? Exasperate. Then the despise means to reject. And now, since the Lord rejected them, where are they now?
The word.
6 feet under. Okay. But guess what? More to go. Okay, more to go down there. All right. The angel tell Ezra, what? Ask no more concerning them, right?
You got a precept, right? Back you up. Because you've gone into disguise, right? And then the hell was going into reject. All right. So those people who were put down, they were complete reprobates.
God. Said,
See? This Jeremiah 6:30. Reprobate silver shall man call them, because Yahweh had rejected them.
God. You see that? So when Yahweh Shem Yahushai rejected you, okay, the only place for you is to pet.
God.
And Salaki, before you go to that, when you look up that word reprobate, that go hard. All right?
Yep.
That word reprobate, that go hard.
rejected. But when you look here in the same precept where it says naked flesh is when you look at that word flesh, right? When you go straight down to the Strongs, it says, one of the definitions is nakedness, right? So when you trust in the non-cover, when you think of something being naked, that means it's something uncovered.
Uncovered, right?
So when you trust inside the uncovering of Esau, what you thinking happen to you? When you make Esau's nakedness your strength, what you thinking happen?
Be exposed, right? You'll be exposed, God. Hey, it's a lock here too, and then when you be exposed, the Most High put you down. Okay, everybody know, man. Oh, that's who gone today. That's who gone that other day. Everybody know.
But I could bring this real quick.
Done.
When this word reprobate, right? Look it up on Google, right? It says an unprincipled person, right? When you go into synonyms, it says good for nothing. It says degenerate. Then you have sinner. And the scripture say the sinners, all the sinners of my people shall die, but the sword will say that people can, take them over. We paraphrase it. All right. It says a rotter, a wretch. All right. So the Lord don't have no need for people like that.
Nope. That's those who trusted in Esau arm, who make it his flesh his arm. Okay. So the angel told what Ezra, like you asked no more question concerning them.
The multitude that perish.
All right. We can get that precept 2nd Ezra 8 and 55 and 56, brother.
All right, that's the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 8, starting at verse 55. Say 55 till 58?
55 to 56.
Okay. And there, 2nd Ezra 8 and 55. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish.
John, ask no more questions. Because Ezra was inquiring of those, all right, who basically are sinners, okay, of Israel. Okay, ask no more questions concerning these people who the Lord's going to kill.
Same good for nothing.
Them same right. Okay.
The reprobate.
All right. Read on.
And if you're slack, yeah, in English. So when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways.
Gone. But when they are taking liberty, freedom, okay, they thought scorn of it, because the freedom comes when we out here on the highways and byways, prophesying, letting them know, okay, who what they are, okay, letting them know that they can choose life, choose freedom.
Right, that's foolish to forsake the Lord.
Exactly.
Forsake his way, that's foolishness.
Not knowing that we come in the stead, and we come in as the mouth of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
God.
Right.
But our people choose to be joined under those that the Most High counted as spittle. 2nd Ezra 6 and 56. As for the other people which also come upon them, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And this what our people want to be a part of. That's who our people chose to be joint heirs with.
God. All right. So the angel tell Ezra, look, don't even ask no more about concerning them, boy. Even Yahweh Shai say, bring them here, let me flick and slew them. All right. Those same good for nothing people.
They can do that right then.
Exactly. All right. So we still have many that are indoctrinated and still believe in this devil and his science. Okay, many still believe that, because when you check the radio talk show hosts who didn't believe, we are a great, not so great, but great in society, who just kicked the bucket.
He's a big man. Yeah, prominent figure.
A prominent figure, I would say.
Comedian.
Right.
The woman there.
All right, the people in the eyes of the people here are great.
The woman them king.
All right.
That's crazy too. They say that we on the topic. You get damn say on national television. Don't let me die, dog. Dog ain't nothing dog can do.
You know, man.
Dog. Life is dog.
What?
You know that now.
What?
You know what? And that's beautiful that you mentioned that we got see the Most High. He ain't come off his throne to laugh. He can laugh through us.
You know that?
When you about your health and strength, you talk a bunch of shit about the Hebrew Israelites.
And he knew exactly what was going on.
You know,
Save me, dog.
you see? Talking fool, but save me, doc. You know?
I threw a rock at dog.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you in the spirit world praying for us.
You know? I tell you.
You're 100% truth now.
God, he know everything. You know? He's the one we're gone, get his shot, and hold up a banner dog, but he get it.
The only get it done is he had a big funeral. That's it.
Yeah.
He has many souls on it.
Oh, I did.
You all every day. I'm certified.
Yeah.
When last year I see one of them bins?
Well, yeah, I want them to all die. They're ashamed of them. Certified for that.
Certified for that is correct.
And they had the old card and the pin and the bumper sticker.
I tell you.
Yeah.
He's a great certified, good for nothing
Ass.
That's the biggest secret, man.
All right.
You're the dog of a kid now. Yeah,
Entertaining. And that's the second one because Darryl going to do. That's another one.
He brought it.
He rotten it.
they were doing that right around. Waki. So they dig it up, right? They keep digging up. They saw it blow up something.
Oh boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, but he got something. You know. So let's go back in the article, brother. We can hit the second paragraph.
It says, yeah.
You're right. That we fall in the category of that rap, one of those same rappers.
Rejected.
The Lord rejected and put him down.
That's it.
That's sure mercy at the same time.
Right? Tell you.
You got it, brother.
Back in the article, it says all the big wig organizations, all the big wig organizations were in on it. The WHO, the CDC, the FDA, the WEF, all of them.
God. Hey, and think about it, right? The WHO, CDC, FDA, WEF. When you think about it, these are Esau Edom, the so-called white man.
Big wigs, the so-called
The big
important
wig.
people.
You know, man.
The ones who
These are the devils. Okay, all these big flicking organizations run by Esau Edom. All right, and all of them have a role to play. All of them have their part to bring forth when the time has come.
all of them have their agenda.
You see, which is the same agenda. You see, just different parts and different roles.
All is the same devil.
Done. Okay. Read on, brother.
The end game was to get every human being injected with technology where their cells created billions of prions that drive all cause mortality. So nobody can boil it back to the death jobs.
Done.
But
Read.
but the world would only consist of a couple billion people within a few years.
Done. All right. So you see the end game, right? The technology. Okay. I think I sent you the screenshot of that technology.
Yeah. You know where it says execrate technology. When it says there the drive all cause mortality, meaning if you was a diabetic, it hastened that. If you had a CNCR, it hastened that. If you had whatever underlying condition that you had, it accelerated. That's what those prions did. And the reason how come inside the medical records, if you were diabetic and you died from because of the job, it will show that you died because you were diabetic. So it can't lead directly towards the job. Now, in actuality, people should know better that hey, it was directly correlated towards the job, but statistically, it will show that you died because you were diabetic, and that was proven because when you speak to people, you be like, "Boy, you died because of that." They say nobody ever had that sickness.
Yeah.
You see?
Yep. That's something. And that's how the devil go. You see?
Right, is the reason why they call it an underlying health condition. You barely damn notice it.
Yep.
But people should think from you damn get that dead juice like the brother coined it, and these things now be get that amplified. Obviously something wrong.
Right.
Done.
But on paper, like the brother's going into, we die from this reason.
Done. The thing about it, see our people, all right, they so ignorant of these things. Okay. For instance, if you have diabetes, you've been having that for a little while. Let's say 8-9 years. Nothing ever really happened to you.
You're living off it.
You living off it for everything.
You're taking your little insulin, your little whatever medication, and you're living. But now after this,
when you go and take that dead juice,
that sweet shot,
you know, man.
as a booster.
Then they say, oh, well, you're diabetic.
It took off, or it matured more. Yeah.
They throw something inside it to make it really sound good that this is the cause of you dying. Or you receive where you was taking your insulin, but then few weeks later you see with the decline, you stop taking it, and then you just stop.
They blame everything else but the actual cause.
You see?
That's what these ones do.
Right. That's why the articles say what to make it look like they didn't do nothing.
Now you said to go into this word technology, right?
Yeah.
Technology, the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry.
Done. All right. So basically, you go back to science. All right. The word prions. All right. Look that up.
All right. The word prions are proteinaceous or protein. It acts on proteins. Prions are proteinaceous infectious particles, meaning they are made of protein and can cause diseases, but they don't contain nucleic acids like DNA or RNA. They are a misfolded version of a normal cellular protein that, when introduced into the brain, can cause it to misfold as well, leading to neurodegenerative diseases. Brain tumors.
All right.
Blood clots.
You see? So all of this stuff with Esau Edom is putting out there just to kill you. Remember now, world depopulation. Okay, it's all by design to kill you niggas. Okay, you reject. All right. This is why it says to drive all costs morality. Okay, which the brother give you a breakdown of it. Okay, which that goes back to death. All right.
Right, and like the brother say, going into these different homes and stuff. Right. I know a lot of people personally, after, getting that juice, they start to develop brain tumors,
strokes,
swellings, seizures, blood clot,
fluid in the foot.
When people needing now blood more than ever.
Yes.
Now I see now lately is a rise now with people needing blood. Wonder what could be the reason? Always up in pain.
The reason is they always need that. they never can blame the job.
See,
these are long-term effects from that shit.
Yeah, that shit causing disturbance with substance that makes up the blood. Red blood cells and whatnot, it causes them to deteriorate, deplete them. They having the impact that they transport oxygen and food and stuff to the body. They become more less effective or impactful.
And they had mentioned they designed it in the way of a protein. Your body is more receptive to a protein than it is to the acids and such inside the DNA and the RNA.
See, right? So people today now, they're not having no cookouts. They having blood drives.
Yep. You see more blood drive than cookouts. You see? So
Everybody able to get maybe not able to get that because it's so limited. You have such a limited resource or available.
you just have a limited of pure blood. That's it. That's all. And we ain't giving away our blood.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
They can knock down on the slick.
yeah. To the drink or what's up? What's that idea?
Boy, I tell you. All right. So yeah, man, hey, this devil will fall by his own wickedness. As the scripture say, boy, let's get our Proverbs 11 and 5 and Psalms 9, 16 and 17. All right. Yeah.
This is Proverbs 11, verse 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
God. And we know Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he is the wicked. Okay. So you will fall. All right. Use the end of an age. Okay, your age, your end, your rulership is about the end. All right. Let's get at Psalms 9 and 16 and 17.
This is Psalms 9, 16 and 17. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget Yahweh.
God. All right. Like I say, the wicked being Esau, Edom. All right. So this devil is so cunning. Okay, and so slippery. He thinks he got it all timed out or clocked in. Okay, thinking we can't see. All right. So you see how he deal up with those prions. Okay, to make you think that he didn't kill you. All right, and you die of whatever sickness you had. That's what this devil go by.
Accelerate.
You see what I'm saying? He just speed it up. You see? Well, actually, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai would working through the flicking devil to kill you flicking niggas. That's all it is. To kill you good for nothing rejects. Okay? Because the Lord ain't dealing with you. All right? Anytime when choose death and not life, the Lord has put you 6 feet under. Okay? Or throw you in the ocean somewhere. All right? Let's go back to the article, brother. We get the second paragraph. Read it again, brother.
All the bigwig organizations ran on it. WHO, the CDC, the FDA, the WF, all of them. The end game was to get every human being injected with technology where their cells create billions of prions that drive all-cause mortality. So nobody can boil it back to the dead jobs. But the world would only consist of a couple billion people within a few years. Hindsight is 2020. This been 2020 for us in foresight. This prophecies.
Yep.
Hindsight is 2020. So anyone can see from the carnage of the clock shots that this is no conspiracy theory.
God, you see that? Anybody can see. All right. Only the prophets could see that. Because guess what? 2/3 of our people, they still can't see it.
You can't see it.
See?
Foresight.
You know, man?
You saw this coming a mile away.
Right. Like you say, 40-40. All right. So we've been saying it over and over. Don't take it. Okay, but here comes my body, my choice. All right. You ain't no doctor. Okay. But we the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai though. Okay? We prophesying the truth. Okay? Because the Lord tell us, look at to give you warning. All right, and not only for what crown world came to, all right, but for your wickedness you are doing and have done. Okay, give you one and turn from them. Okay, to repent.
Woman say, my doctor say, y'all ain't got no medical certificate, y'all ain't never been to medical school. She dead.
Right. She dead for not taking heed of the voice of the Lord.
Right. Like the brother was going into you know, how these underlying health conditions that you may have. And when you take that job, you know, that amplify those underlying health, you know, conditions, which then now on paper it says that they wouldn't be held accountable. Right? You see, and we have a scripture for that, right? This Zechariah 11:5. It says, "Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they shall sell them, say, Blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." But the point being here, whose possessors slay them, right? And hold themselves not guilty. See, everything is in the scriptures, right? So this article is true. The scriptures don't need no other book, or they need no article to support it, right? You know, but we just pointed it out.
That's it.
Okay,
that's all it is. You know, so these devils, they are cunning. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, they're slippery. You see, they'll put something there. Okay, speed up the process and make it didn't do it, they kill you. You see, so nothing could trace back to them.
Right, and this ain't no conspiracy theory. This is facts.
John.
We just prove it with the scriptures. That's it.
That's it. All right, so the brother could get Ezekiel 3:17 to 19, and you get 2nd Edges 15:4.
Ezekiel chapter 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the words at my mouth and give them warning from me.
God, and give them warning from me. So we, the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we giving our people warning. We've given them warning back then, and we still giving them warning now. Okay, to those, okay, who didn't take it, okay, but still doing all manner of wickedness. Okay, read on.
Verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wickedness, from his wicked ways, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
God, and guess what? We didn't want nobody's blood on our hands. Okay, plenty blood on Pastor Pop Shop's hand. Okay, but not on our hands. Because we be giving you the warning. Okay?
And many because that's not correct, and he died himself.
You know?
Pastor Pop Shop Church was used at the temple of they do sacrifice.
What?
They sacrifice.
I tell you. All right. Okay. Read on, brother.
19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
Done. All right, so we free from all of that. Okay, for all those dry coke that's been dropped, we free from that. They ain't on us. Okay, that ain't on us. That on y'all. Okay, let's get that 2nd Edges 15:4.
2nd Edges 15:4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
God, for all the unfaithful to die in their unfaithfulness. Because why? They were faithful to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Okay, so guess what? The Lord put them down.
Term unfaithful means unbelieving.
That's it. and they didn't believe us. They didn't believe Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's what he saw in their flesh, their arm.
They mock us, they laugh and scorn.
All right. So it's no conspiracy theory. It's real life history that happened, and this devil ain't finished yet. Okay, they want full, total control over all indefinitely. Okay, meaning unlimited or unspecified period of time. So they want total control at any time they feel like they could put it out there.
You won't see right now. I read an article the other day how those people, some people would die within the grave, emitting frequencies. Dead people.
Yeah.
Frequencies in the grave. So that tells me they put some shit, nano shit in those shots.
You know that?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you remember, man? You got Bluetooth from each other.
Mm-hmm.
No, I could hook up to him.
Mm-hmm.
He could hook up to me.
The graveyard is a hot spot.
That's right. They get technology inside them.
Gonna go here and pick a signal.
Well, someone did say plenty knowledge is in the graveyard. All the knowledge is in the graveyard.
If you ain't get a Wi-Fi, just go to the graveyard. I tell you. No, brother. We go back to that article in the third and fourth paragraph.
It says WHO was the fulcrum for the new world order and the Great Reset, using the pandemic as a catapult for depopulation and complete control of populace. The WHO was the fulcrum for the NWO, the GR, and they wanted complete control of everyone's lives, including taking away all medical freedoms and right to free speech and press. And that was proven, when you
Right. So you see, the devil will play God.
we did do it, man. If you can travel and ask you have that job, that was an invasive process.
Yep.
See, it's a foreign object of people lost it. It was never made it back.
And the thing about they was actually planting something inside them. So they go to the penal gland. You see? That's what they're doing. That's why they jump that thing way up inside the skull.
Right.
Okay, the plant device there. Okay, a nanoparticle. Okay, this is why you're gonna get signal from this one and that one. Okay. All right. That's the fourth paragraph. All right.
In fact, the Brownstone Institute recently published a commentary analyzing the draft agreement set to be considered at upcoming 78th World Health Assembly.
So like that. Oh, that one long, right? No, not that one.
Yeah, he got.
All right, and let's get our second Thessalonian 2, 3 and 4.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, but that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above that is called God, or that is worship, so that he, as God, sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
You see, so that's this devil. Okay, talking about he want to have total control. Okay, guess what? He tasted it. He tasted it. All right. Okay, in recent times, he just recently tasted it. Okay, so now he just as proud. He double or triple proud now. Okay, thinking that he could be God. You see what I'm saying? The Lord said that he would be brought down to the hell. Okay, brought down to hell. Okay, going back to Isaiah 14. Okay. let's get that paragraph, the next paragraph one more.
Says here. In fact, the Brownstone Institute recently published a commentary analyzing the draft plan agreement set to be considered at the upcoming 70th World Health Assembly. The agreement, which complements the 2005 International Health Regulations amended in 2024, aims to centralize pandemic management under the World Health Organization. While much of the document uses non-binding language like may and were or where appropriate, it reflects WHO's push for control over all aspects of plans, from declaration to response, including the necessary distribution and supply chains.
Done.
So they could declare it, they could decide how they want to respond to it.
Exactly. All right. So in this paragraph, we see who play its role as each organization have their role to play. All right. Look up the word centralized, brother. I think I sent you that too. Because in the paragraph it talk about centralized.
Centralized means to concentrate or control of an activity or organization under a single authority.
All right. You see that? Under a single authority.
Concentrate on that single authority.
Okay, like the AXE pandemic treaty. Okay, which ultimately goes back to the elites. Okay, goes back to what? One world order. Okay, and the Great Reset. All right. So you see their whole idea. All right. This will lead to you knowing. This will lead to you. Okay, know what in your hand or in your head. This will lead to that. Okay, that's subdermal. Eventually, that's where it's going. Okay, so once you give them that, you give them absolutely total control over everything you have. Okay, your life, your money, your car, your house, because nowadays they're making house with smart devices, or call them smart house. Okay, they can control that. Okay, your washing, your dryer, they can control all those things. Your fridge, right?
Mm.
You see your stove. Okay, they can control all of that. So let's say you take that thing and you go to work, being the sheeple you are, all right, and your credit score is bad. They can set your house on fire. Just a one button.
And that's how come, they making a lot of these appliances. They call it smart appliances.
Yeah.
Smart fridge, smart stove, smart washing, even smart doors. Like they have the door with the lock on it. If they feel it froggy, they can lock you to your own house. And if they feel it froggy too, if you're hungry, they can cause your fridge not to even open for you.
Yeah.
And if you think, you can just unplug it. And if you unplug it, you can unplug inside the lock position. So you buy something that you yourself don't have access to.
Exactly.
But they see it as I got a nice fridge. Well, they were looking for them buying your own present.
You see, that's you giving them total control over everything.
Even the AC units now, the newer versions, they're making them now with these devices where you could download the app and you could program it off your phone. So everything, like the brother says, smart.
Done. And now you see, Apple is bringing this. Is in company with who? With one other company to bring this device that costs you what to think about it and then.
Right.
BioNTech.
All right.
Or you just you could surf the web just with your damn thoughts.
Right? You see? One of their miracles, right? So you just think about it. You hook up to the Internet of Things, right? And you go home to your smart house. You and your smart house on the same frequency. Okay, you talking to your house and your house talking to you.
And you think you're in control, you're in control.
You see? Because Esau have his listening devices. He well listening. He like that movie with Johnny Depp, I can transcendent or something like that.
Yeah.
You see, that's why I say he won't play God. You see, and that's why it's no coincidence he bring out a song, Santa Claus. He knows when you're sleeping and all of that. He knows when you're good or bad. So be good for goodness sake and all that.
Yeah, everywhere. The power lines and all.
Boy.
Santa and Satan is same.
Yeah, boy.
Letter.
So hey, in order not to be controlled from this devil, don't take that CF, because this is their end game. They have total control over you. You take that rice device, okay? You give them total control over your whole entire life and your whatever possessions you have.
Agent Slip can be on your ass. Major.
All right. I tell you, let's get that Revelation 13 and 16 and 14 and 9.
Even now with those we talking about those they're short. Once you get that, a lot of these people once they get it, that's it for them. You can't take it with your body. That's it.
You know that.
So how much more the garage when that comes? And people take that and be implemented.
Right? And think about it. Once you take that in, and when you take that in, that come into you either in your hand or in your head, you done hooked up on the Internet of Things. So now if you take that out now, guess what? That's sending a signal you sort of say, boy, look, you take that out.
The only way to disconnect is that.
That's it. So they coming for you.
Once you go online now.
Right?
Oh boy. Let's do Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their forehead.
Yeah, that's the right device. Okay. The RFID microchip, which is the part of their technology. Okay. As small as a rice grain. All right.
And then that going into your certification.
That's it.
Certified. Certified slave.
God, hey, just so you say that, right? You remind me of the comedian radio talk show host. When he first got it, he raised up, he is certified. That's just so when our people take that, they can say they're certified.
Right. Matter of fact, when you keep digging into that word, the mark which goes into the Quran, which goes to the Quran, you keep digging in that, you're gonna see basically certified come up. Boy. So this is you let them know that you certified follower by certified state.
That's it. Yeah, you saw them scan you, man. You see certified. All right.
You just and how we know that? How you know that? That's like some of these jobs. You have an ID, a badge, and with that badge come your key card.
Yeah.
All you do, you swipe and you walk straight inside. Doors open. All right. That's the same thing with this device.
Yeah. The only difference is that that device have all access to every aspect of your life.
That's your license.
Yeah.
That's a synonym of certified.
Yep.
License.
Yep.
Passport, everything.
That's it. You got that Revelation 14 and 9.
Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out with mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and with brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and in the presence of the Lamb.
God. All right, so if you take that, all right, that's the consequences for it. Okay, that's your reward.
Reading that voice, brother.
Verse 11. and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have not rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
Right. Right. That's it. Like the brother going into the judgment water. All right. Forgetting your thoughts together. Let's wipe it.
Yep. Boy, I tell you.
If you be with your hand and getting your thoughts together, that's the judgment.
That's the judge.
The judgment right behind for taking that.
So,
Boy, I tell you, eh?
you better don't think too deep. You better don't think too deep that you can destroy yourself. Yeah, well.
Oh, I tell you. I tell you.
You got it, brother.
God. So yeah, man. Hey, Lord, will that lesson was edifying. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That is how you are.
Right. Yeah, man. Far lesson, brother. Far lesson, Malak. Yeah, lesson with the Lord. Put in my spirit, you know what I mean? We're going to go into a little breakdown